Mother's Day message, and I've used basically a variation of it over the last 20 years almost. And I decided to do something new today. Mothers are nothing, excuse me. Mothers are creators. And every one of us has that within them to create. And it also says in the dictionary that mothers nurture and love and care for. And when you have an idea, whoever you are, whatever your idea is, you create it, you nurture it, and you care for it. So even the male species is a mother in a way, according to definition. But this morning, I wanted to do this lecture for about 30 years. That's how old it is. Not a friend, actually, but an acquaintance of Larry's and mine and Vance's, Dr. Fred Vogan, the Denver Church of Religious Science. Years ago, made a tape, and I happened to get it, and I thought it was rather interesting. Because I just come out of basically religious science classes, and you can have everything you want, everything is positive, there's no problem. The only problem is I heard a lot of people saying, well, that is the problem. I don't get whatever I want. I don't have whatever I need. What's your answer to that? Well, the simple answer is, for most of us, is, well, you're not praying hard enough. That's a great one. Well, you don't pray hard enough. You don't believe enough. And basically that's true, but also it's kind of a downer because people feel guilty. Well, this guy makes it all, I don't make it. Why? I do the same thing he does. I get up and I pray every morning, and I do my meditations during the day, and I smell it, I see it, I believe it, but I don't get it. He gets it. Well, the problem is you don't know what he's got. You see the boat and the car and all that stuff that you want, but he may have debts up to yin-yang. And you've got everything paid for. But you're envious of him or her or whatever. So Fred decided that there was a lot of people, as Larry said this morning, you need more people in church. He came up with the idea, in order to get more people in church, we're missing a lot of people out there. And that's people who want to fail. He says, we need to do a service on how to fail successfully. That way more people will come in and learn how to fail. And I thought, well, that's kind of crazy. First on one hand, they say you can have everything, and next you say, well, you bring friends in, teach them how to fail. But guess what? Ernest Holmes says the law works. Well, I don't care whether you want it or don't want it. It works exactly the way you expect it to work. So if you're expecting failure or you're acting like failure, guess what you're going to get? How many people get up in the morning and say, oh, God, it's morning, instead of saying, good God, it's morning. I love it. I'm happy. But how many get up and say, oh, God, it's morning. I've got to go to work again. A lot of times, Nancy reminds me a lot of times, I'll make the statement when we get ready to go to the bowling out, well, I've got to go bowl again. No, and Vance will say, no, you get to go bowl again. See, when you say, oh gosh, I got to go bowling, or I got to go to work, or I got to do this, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, God says, I'll give you anything you want, right? Ernest says that. All the New Thought teachers tell you, you can have whatever you want. So if I leave the house with the idea of saying, oh well, I get to bowl, that's about what I get. I get to throw a ball down the bowling alley, and maybe 10 pins will go down, maybe 1 pin, and maybe I'll miss them both. But I get exactly what I want. You get up in the morning and say, oh, Jesus, another day. Well, that's what you get. It's just another day filled with negativity, because that's what you want. So all of you know people, I'm sure, that are that way. That they want to be pampered, they want to be... there's a gift for everything. Whether it's a gift for something good or a gift for something bad. If you go around talking about how ill you are, people say, oh, you poor thing. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Instead of saying, well, you've been sick now a long time. Don't you think you did something, or do something about it? Oh, I wouldn't dare say that because what would they think of me, that I'm cold and callous? But who cares? Don't you get tired of hearing people say, oh, this hurts or that hurts? I don't remember who it was. It was one of the announcers, and you've all heard it, I'm sure, on television. It said, when somebody says, good morning, how are you? That's a form of greeting. They don't really care how you are. It's just what we've done to get attention. We want to say hello. You want to say, well, let me tell you about my day. I mean, I know lots of people like that. I'm sure you do. We were kidding, Joe and Pat and I, about, you've heard me speak of Jim Burke. Jim was going to come today. I told him what the lecture title was. And Jim said, well, maybe I really need that. And I said, you really do, Jim. And he said, what do you mean I really do? I said, you ought to listen to yourself when the lanes are going bad. Who are you blaming? Well, it's the lanes. I can only do so much. I said, yeah, but all of us are in that same boat. So why don't you get happy? Ralph Wainer, another good friend of ours that we know, left-handed. I haven't seen a house in Southern California that's set up for a left-hander yet. They can set lanes by the amount of oil they put here and there. But at Cowboy, Ralph says, they've never set a left-handed shot. There is yet. Down the lane, somebody, Doug Johnson, shooting them 285. And Ralph's an excellent bowler, and he knows bowling. But his idea is, if I can't hit it the first time, it's wrong. So guess what? God says, you're right, it's wrong. Let's have a bad day. And he keeps coming back and complaining, well, the alleys are this, the alleys are that. It isn't the alleys. Certainly the alleys play a big part of it. But you know who plays the biggest part? You. And this. That's what plays the big part. When you see that you can't do something this way, you try another way. And if that doesn't work, you try another way. And if it doesn't work all day, so what? It's a game. You did your best shot. Going to allow these people to be failures? Agree with them. Yeah, it's a bad day. You're right. Yeah, you're sick. You need to go to the doctor. Knock it off. Quit listening to people. Once you get down on anything, I don't care what it is, you go to a restaurant and say, well, I was there last week and the service was really bad. Well, either you're nuts for going the second time, or you better go into the idea, well, it'll be better this time. And I guarantee you most of the time it will be better. If you treat people with dignity and respect, how many of you say yes, well, probably most of you, I'm sure, say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Danita and I were talking this morning. She works in Bono's Pizza Parlor, and she said that the last few days, things have really been rough, that people basically are nasty, right? And it breaks her heart because she does like to talk to people, but they want they want a belly. But
yeah, right, your birthday.
I told her, I said, that's just people. She happens to be the first one in line that you're kicked off at. You've had a bad day, and something happens. So you jump on people. Want to be a failure? Jump on a lot of people. You'll have no friends. Congratulations, you've done what you set out to do. Everybody hates you. But how many of you, Danita's a young girl, how many of you, when you're waited upon, say, thank you, ma'am? Now, they may not like that. And they'll tell you sometimes. Some of the lady told me, he said, well, I'm not a ma'am, I'm very young. I said, you're a ma'am to me because I respect what you do and who you are. You will get a yes, sir, when you're working for me, or waiting on me. I don't care if you're 10 years old or you're 90 years old. Because I believe that the more you pat people on the back and influence them in goodness, the better things get for them. I was in the service business. I used to kid a lot about it, but I brought it on myself. You go on a whole day, 10 minutes before it's time to punch out and go home. Somebody will come in and ring the bell, and you'll rush out. And they'll say, hey,